Welcome to the third episode of our monthly look back at the state of Google Stadia, which now might end up having a direct rival in Amazon's Luna streaming platform. But for regular viewers out there, this is our show dedicated to all of the news on Google Stadia, not Luna, over the past month, be that games leaks, info, or anything else in between. So without any further ado, this is Save State for Google Stadia for September 2020. Thanks for watching 9to5 Google here on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then tap the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. Another month has passed by, which means another set of new Stadia titles to start streaming. Last month saw a slight lull in new games, but we're now steadily hitting that usual late fall rush right ahead of the busy holiday gaming season. So as frustrating as it is, and it now appears to be customary, we've seen another wave of reruns and re-releases of classic and older titles on Stadia throughout September 2020. The cult indie gaming hit Hotline Miami and its visceral 2D sequel Hotline Miami Wrong Number have batted their way onto Stadia, allowing you to clobber your way through Russian mafia as Jacket, the silent main protagonist. You can also dunk on your friends in basketball sim NBA 2K21, which has joined fellow 2K sports title PGA Tour on the cloud gaming platform. Weirdly, while it is 21 to denote the current season, it's actually the 22nd title in the 2K basketball franchise, would you believe? And after what feels like a long wait, comic book fans can now step into the shoes of Iron Man, Miss Marvel, The Incredible Hulk, Black Widow, Captain America and Thor right now in one of the most entertaining comic book tie-ins to date. Republic may have started its life back on iOS way back in 2013, but it has since broken Apple's mobile OS chains and found itself on a multitude of platforms, which now includes Stadia. The stealth game takes inspiration from classic titles such as Metal Gear Solid, with a neat twist on this same old formula. Real wrestling fans can also enjoy the over-the-top action of WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which is a return to the caricature style of brawler games of yesteryear. You can grapple your way through the current WWE roster, plus some notable Hall of Famers including the Rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake Roberts, The Rock, plus many more too. Those titles are also joined by the fourth in the Serious Sam franchise, which sees you shooting your way through hordes of aliens and beasts in a bid to save planet Earth, and the final new addition for September 2020 is classic card game Uno. Of course, Stadia Pro subscribers, hey, we're stingy savers, so your $10 per month subscription will nab you Super Bomberman R Online, Gunsport, Hitman, Hello Neighbor, Metro Last Light Redux, and early access title Ember. Looking forward though to October 2020, and you'll be able to grab the cult classic climbing focused platformer Celeste, 3D survival horror fest Dead by Daylight, Human Fall Flat, Jotun, Lara Croft and the Temple of the Osiris, and Super Hot Mind Control Delete, which is an add-on for the original Super Hot. By our math, that's 29 titles that will be available to all Stadia Pro subscribers as of October 1st, with Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, my personal favourite title at the moment, the Turing Test, and Metro 2033 Redux leaving the paid-for Pro tier from October 1st. We've also seen Stadia add some notable features in the month that was September. We're not quite there as a platform completely, but the service is steadily developing. If you've been keeping an eye on Stadia for the past few weeks, you might be aware that iOS 14 does make it possible to run Stadia through an iOS web browser. By tricking the user agent and heading to Stadia's web app, playing games is indeed possible on an iPhone or iPad. It's just, well, a bit of a pain in the butt. Using a modified web browser, you can get Stadia running on iOS, but it can't recognise the controller you're using, so you'll have to use some mouse to use your gamepad of choice. And even though Apple is still digging its heels in over allowing game streaming on iOS, it still has managed to add support for Google Stadia controllers with Safari in beta just before the close of September. This could hint at Google bringing Stadia to iOS as a dedicated web app, but for now this only applies to the desktop version of Safari. And while a dedicated Stadia Android TV app is still missing, the latest version 2.32 build has now removed the forced portrait mode sign-in when sideloading the app onto your streaming box. This makes the entire sign-in process a little neater and more consistent with your TV's UI. As for upcoming features, we dug into the Stadia Android app to see just what makes it tick, and some interesting and important stuff is set to come soon. With the release of Stadia 2.32, Google seems to have put the finishing touches in place for messaging to officially launch, as well as Uplay Plus and a better recruitment system. To be clear, Ubisoft's Uplay Plus has not been added to the Stadia store as of September. It does look like it will come though as a new category of games on the online storefront at some point in the not too distant future though. The Stadia community forum is also a hotbed of official Stadia news, but this month Google detailed account linking on the online community. When enabled, you'll be able to link your account, and Stadia founders will get a special badge with added Founders Hub with exclusive Q&As, plus more on top. No word though on when this option will be available to all users out there though. And looking ahead further still, we're still a long way from a large library of game titles to choose from, but there were quite a few announcements of games coming to Stadia in future, all the way through September. We're expecting yet more announcements of games coming to the streaming platform now that a direct rival has been announced by Amazon in the form of Luna. So without any further ado, this is the entire list of new games coming to the streaming platform. So that about rounds off the third installment of Google Stadia Save State. If you're an ardent Stadia gamer, let us know in the comments section below what you're excited for the most, be that game, feature or platform update, or on top of that, just what you've been playing over the past month. We do want to create a community over here. But with all of that said, thanks for tuning in. Until next month, this is Damien with 9to5 Google saying thanks for watching, and I will catch you online sometime.